First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here's
Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Switch. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
On the return, here's Agnew. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Blue down. Mike spot. Hey, Echo. Mike spot.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught right side by Anderson. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Bravo. Go here.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford completing it here to Marvin Jones. 23 yards the pickup there.
Come on, let's go.
That's good for the Lions. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. C.J. Anderson with it. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. The tackle there by Stephen Weatherly. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You're going to see me in your nightmares, son. You're going to see me in your nightmares.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
Pull it together.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Danny Amendola, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Last stop. Last stop.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Lions' 39-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. From the 39, Cousins, throw left side on target to Thielen. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On 1st and 10, Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing, Cousins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the slant. Hey, watch. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
To throw again. Stafford. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Easy, alert! Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Yeah, let's get Stafford.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
54's Mike. 54's
Go, go. Hey.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and
2. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Right there, 54.
Stay 50, stay 50.
Throwing again at Stafford. And Amendola with a catch. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 1-7. Check 7. Mike, 54. Watch the pass. Hey, Alpha. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Again, it's Stafford. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
3rd down and 7.
The Lions on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, Orbit.
Mike 5-4.
You ain't going nowhere.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run. Anderson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now it's Stafford. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. From the gun, Stafford. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Danny Amendola, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Cousins on 1st down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devon Kennard in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Lets it fly for Thielen. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Stafford. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, T, left side. All right, T. 59! Right there. What happened?
Operating from the gun. Stafford. Forced out to his left. Pass incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Stafford. Amendola catching it left side. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Stafford now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what's your big 20? Hey, Haywood. Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go. 54.
Stafford looks to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
That's it. 180. Alert. 54. I got you, son. I got you, son. Right there. Hey, Charlie. Hey, go here.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just get
a big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback, and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right?
A hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Check. Zero.
From the gun, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
55's mine, guys. 55. Hey, zoom.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jones. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 50-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1.
Monday. Hey, wahoo.
From the 50, Stafford.
What we got?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Bring it. 32. Hey, Delta.
On first down, it's Stafford. And this is caught by Curse. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11.
Defense, keep it up, guys. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike. Omaha, ready to move. Field, D, let's get off the field, D. Buzz. Mike's by 4.
To the air again, Stafford. It's caught outright, Amendola.
Complete to Danny Amendola. A gain of a yard brings up third and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Everson Griffin in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. Back now at Ford Field, it's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 17-yard line.
52 yards. First down, Minnesota.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Cousins to throw it. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
14-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Give to Cook out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Devon Kennard racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Mike 5-4.
59. Throwing again. Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. A big play there for Detroit. 56 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Alert! Hey, Echo. Look at him.
Stafford. And it's caught here, Amendola. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he rifles one incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, it's Cousins. He'll find his receiver, that's Chad Beebe. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Cousins. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready. Waiting.
Watching you five. Check.
11. Smooth. You ready?
Stafford going to throw it. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. It's a gain of 35.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, it's a give to Anderson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Detroit, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.